All right. Now I've got a video here, bottom right, of Jay Shockblast classic towers for Mortal Kombat 1 Sub-Zero that he's obviously been he's played, like recorded himself. And this is some recorded footage I have of I just recorded in training mode, put it on expert, 2 Sub-Zeros, so we get to see both of their animations at the same time. And I wanted to compare the two, you know, in the same frame for you guys to see. It's amazing how a game that came out in 2011, right, 12 years ago, is still able to have better animation and follow through on animation. So I'll just have it play. And you'll notice when I talk about follow through, okay, is that there is there's weight, there's physics to an attack, right? So when Subby in MK9 does his roundhouse kick or spinning heel kick, depending on what you want to call it, it feels not only like there's some weight to it, but it's also got follow through. So I wanted to have these two comparisons here for you guys to see what I've been talking about, and a lot of other people have also been mentioning as well, and hopefully they can use this video as validation to other people when they go, oh, smooth. Now there might be, so for example, doing a move, singular move in MK1 or MK11 is smooth, right? So doing a freeze or a punch or a kick might be smooth. But what happens though is that as soon as you start connecting into combos, okay, it forgets the rest of the dynamic, the physics, the follow through of the combo. So if you watch the MK9 Sub-Zero combos, right, there's each separate movement is very deliberate and it's got follow through. So it's like bang and watch my arm. So say he goes like slash like he does with the icicles, right? Slash, and then you can see the other arm is like slash, right? Like it's the follow through. Okay. Now, when you watch MK1 or MK11 gameplay, still can't get over the fact that they actually called it that. I mean, why don't you just call it New Era or something, seriously, right? When they do combos in this, it's like they'll as soon as it hits, they'll go bang, and then it'll be like bang, and then it'll be like bang, you know, and it's really like disjointed. So if you did the icicle attack in MK1, the first hit would come here, it'd hit, and then it'd be like bang, bang. Like it's like they're imitating Chinese cinema, you know. Or some of the modern combat that we see in movies, where they're sort of it's literally like video game quick cutting or yeah, is that the right term, where you don't see the whole attack, you're seeing like close up or like bits and pieces, but naturally it's obviously pulled out, right? But they haven't compensated for the fact that we can see the whole character's animation and its movement, right? When they designed MK10, I remember watching this video where they talked about why do the character stances feel off compared to other fighting games, and the reason is it's very simple. You might be able to find it on YouTube. It's because they didn't actually do the stances properly, as if it was a person standing there. Their hip positions and their leg position is very, very, very uncomfortable and is not actually a natural fighting position. So when you have like the combo system, it doesn't feel like this smooth, buttery experience, and that's been coming in MK10 and getting worse and worse as the games go on, and that's a problem, right? So we're not talking about cutscenes here, we're not talking about the fatal blows. They're all actually smooth because what it is, it's a tightened in viewpoint. You know, they don't have to worry about the rest of the world around it because it's a focused thing, so that it's all, you know, they want to make it as cinematic as possible. But when you pull back out to the gameplay, right, like Liu Kang's like, you know, essentially like quasi hurricane kick now, Like the move itself is smooth, okay? But when it's hitting the person, that's when it starts to become a problem, right? It suddenly starts to be like it's got this weird, I've talked about this before, it's got this weird vacuumous magnetic feeling. So the vacuumous feeling is when, for example, if I clip someone, say for example, like if I did like the 3 icicle attack, that subby dose where he goes bang, 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 or whatever it is, right? Now, if I'm not in range, but they're not blocking and I hit them, I don't suck them into the attack, right? I still, like, I'm only hitting like that, you know, that piece, right? So I might just clip them, but I don't get the full attack, and they fall back as if, yeah, okay, you clipped me, but you haven't got me. When MK10, 11, and 1, what they did is they brought in this thing. It's like, well, okay, as long as you hit it, you could hit him with the pinky toenail, right? And you've got him, right? There's no accounting for the physical body anymore. It's literally like, I've clipped your toenail, and so that has now given me full access to the combo, right? And that's a problem. And I've been noticing it, and that's why, like, MK has been feeling worse and worse and worse. And then I'm seeing people's comments, which I 100% agree. This is an Injustice influence. In fact, to be honest, it looks like as if that Injustice has infected Mortal Kombat in such a way that, like, all of it just feels rubbish. Like, you go back and play Injustice 1, Injustice 2, it all plays the same as MK10, 11, and now 1, right? Whatever they switched to changed the dynamic of their animations and how it feels when you connect, right? It just doesn't feel natural. You load up something like Street Fighter 5, 4 even, you know, Tekken games, Soul Calibur, any even the 2D fighting games that have come out. They're all very smooth. Follow through on the attacks, so you know it doesn't feel like as soon as you hit the first hit, it's missing animations just to get the other hit in. Okay, like it really feels like there's every single movement has a deliberate follow through. That is why a lot of people compare MK9 to any other modern MK game, because they remember how good it felt to play. Yeah, MK9's got some flaws. It started bringing in that whole like rubbish, you know, sort of, you know, broken combat system. But the animation was smooth, as you can see. Okay, it was buttery smooth, beautiful. Yeah, see how the icicle thing? It's like, yes, he's got the full movements of everything, right? When you hit in MK, like in the modern versions of Mortal Kombat, it's clunky, right? And that's why I said in my previous video, MK1 is basically MK 11.2. I'm not saying it's not going to be fun, but I think that, you know, when people pick it up expecting a whole new experience, forget these big streamers, YouTubers, you know, stuff who literally, you know, will barely say anything negative about a game that makes them money, right? I'm not against them personally. It's just that, you know, people have a vested interest into towing the line to keep their doors open. I don't need that interest. I don't have that interest, and that allows me to say things without the restraint of, you know, oh, you know, am I not going to get an interview or anything? I don't care about that rubbish, right? I want a good game. And, you know, I'm not saying it's not going to be fun. I'm 90% impressed. But, yet again, this is going to be a game where people, because of the very nature of it, because of its animation and the way it connects to the opponent, it is going to absolutely lean heavily into the you know, the systems that are in place, like this magnetic feeling that's like, well, if you just nick them, you've still got them, you know, and then it pulls them in, which is what I call the vacuumous effect. And then, you know, if you're watching these two, you can see one is 100% smooth. The other one is properly captured. It's not coming off a video cam. It's captured it at 1080p, 60 frames. All right. It's not about the frame rate. It's the animation. it's off, because they're not compensating anymore for, you know, follow through on its combos, or not, you know, making it so that, well, you know, if you're just out of range, you know, and you start a combo and they're not in range, yeah, you clip them and they get knocked back, and that should be the end of it. Does that make sense? So anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. I wanted to have this direct comparison so you guys can see for yourself. I'll post a link in the description for the video that is showcased by J Shock Blast. And yeah, just let me know what you think. But like this right here, you know, it's 1080p, 60 frames, the same as captured as this. And we're only 3 months away now. Just over 3 months for early access to MK1. Just saying, man, right? It really is MK 11.2. So anyway, guys, catch you next time.